Connie and Barrow team here, finally back in Bordeaux for tasting the 2021s with Louis Mitjavile. Thank you so much for showing us your wine.
Thank you for coming.
Really good to see you after such a long time. So just to talk about the growing season first of all. So were there any challenges or specific factors at L'Orage in 2021?
Yes, in 2021 we can say that we had a lot of challenges. It was a long vintage, a very early bud break. For some people, we had some frost, some little frost. And then everybody knows that the summer was pretty humid, pretty wet, not so warm. So it really slowed down the ripeness. But we were lucky at the end of October, the second part of October. Days that were pretty cool, sunny. So we could really wait until we thought that it was ripe enough. I think we harvest around the 22nd of October. So, of course, 2021 is not going to be as overripe compared to 2020, for example. We won't have this confit character that I like to get, but it's a very good wine, more on the black, maybe black red character. Yeah. Very smooth, nice tannins. I won't say that it's fresher. It's something different, but there is a nice balance. I think it's going to be a good wine to taste young, yeah. And it will age.
Well, having just tasted it, I think it's a beautiful wine. Actually.
I think so.
I think the quality of the tannins is phenomenal, given the conditions of the vintage.
Yes, it is.
It's lower alcohol, and the harvest you said was the latest ever.
Yes, at L'Orage.
At the estate.
Yes,
so,
yes. I like this character of late harvest, with this autumn character.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about climate change because we have in our minds that the last three vintages, so 18, 19, 20, were climate change vintages.
Yes.
21, maybe not so much, but actually this is a factor which is here to stay. And the fact that the season is now divided into maybe a rainy early season and a drier later season, I think maybe that's also to do with climate change. So what's your opinion?
Yeah, probably. There is a change, for sure. It's not that it's warmer in general, even if we know that every vintage, the year are warmer year after year. Yeah. But it's for us in terms of ripeness condition, of vegetative cycle condition. It's more like there is some period where it's very dry, then it's very cold, then it's very humid. We have a lot of rain, so it's pretty complicated. But we are used to it. I mean, we had, if we are back to the beginning of the 90s, we had some pretty difficult vintages at that time. If we remember 91, 92, 93, for example. Actually, and the wines are pretty good right now when we taste them. So we know that we have to deal with that. So it's a concern. There is nothing we can really do against that. So we just pay attention and we keep going like that.
Okay. So just quickly commercially about the pricing of the vintage. I know you obviously sit outside the Place de Bordeaux and you're not part of that system. But when you're pricing your wines, what is the most important factor that you look at in terms of the quality of the vintage, the amount of wine available, other factors?
A different thing. First, we actually do deal with Place de Bordeaux, but it's a little bit for a very, very specific market. Of course, with Connie and Barrow, we know each other for so long time that we work directly, so it's different. But I'm more concerned. I try to be concerned and to know where L'Orage is on the market. We need to know the market. Yeah. So it's not a question of amount of wine, quantity producing. To me, it's not a question of reputation of the vintage. Yeah. It's more where is L'Orage, and I have to find out, and I have to set L'Orage at a good price. I think it is at a good price right now. To give you an idea, since 2007, the first vintage of L'Orage, until 2021. So after 15 years, I think the differences in price is less than 20% on the top vintages. You see what I mean? And lower vintages. So it's like what 1% every year, something like that. So it's really a small difference, especially for a wine who really is at his beginning. He's really developing. So no, I don't think it's more a question yet of myself and where L'Orage is situated.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Finally, I know that you consult on other wine projects and you have different projects going on. If you could make wine somewhere else in the world, totally, where is there another country, another region that you would love to make wine in?
Yeah, I would love to. I'm already making wines in Languedoc and Corsica. When I was much younger, I used to work in California and in Australia. So I would love to produce wine other places, but it's a long thing. So right now, I will focus on L'Orage and on the domaine Mitjavile in Bordeaux.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Louis.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure to see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you.
Okay.